What's up, YouTube? It's your boy 09 Big Grizzly. It's been a while. Been a long while. A lot has happened since the last time I posted a video, actually. Since then, I topped 8 regionals, in Arkansas. Got this mat. At the event, I was playing 51 card Chaos Dragons. That's right, 51 cards. I got a lot of heat from it, and some people complained, but unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go to Nets because I got a lot of college things going on. And that's one thing about being who I am. I've taught at everything I've ever played at, but the only things I haven't been able to do is get to a YCS and actually make it to nationals as far as monetarily, or because I can't find anyone to carpool with. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna give a shout out to Pro Winston. Don't know the guy personally, but I saw his videos and he spoke a lot of truth. I definitely feel him, the way he talks about Yu-Gi-Oh and the way he builds his decks, and that's why get his deck profile is the deck is Karakuri. It's 50 cards, some tech choices. It does really well. My test has gone really well. Murdered Inzectors, murdered the mirror match, murdered even it depends on who goes first really when I play macro rabbits, but the deck is really consistent for 50 cards, and you'll see why. Also, I got more deck profiles coming up, so you guys just keep a lookout, rate, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you have any suggestions, or if you guys ever come through Arkansas or near Arkansas, just give your boy a shout out, and I'll see what I can do. I go to Memphis a lot and play in their locals. Shouts out to those guys at Hobbytown, USA. So anyway, now that all the chatter's out the way, let me get to the meat of the situation. Like I said, I'm playing Karakuris. Test really well. I like it. I play it over. I just regular Karakuris, no gear gears. I tested it. I didn't like it. I didn't like Karakuri gear. It was too conservative, not aggressive enough. So rabbits had time to set up their Cabazals and all that stuff. But anyway, let's get to the monster. 3, my sexy kimono chick. I mean, she's the main tuner of the deck. Not a whole lot to say about her. She helps you with your beast plays, your bure plays, a couple other plays that I'll talk about later that are my personal plays, and I love them. I played 3 ninja. 3 ninja is because this thing's gonna draw back row. It's gonna draw back row all day, every day. 2 is almost not enough. It's not enough. So you get to your 3 ninjas, you hunt, get a kimono, watchdog, whatever. I play 1 strategist who's like the Stratos. He's just weaker, but there's a couple combos with him to help me thin the deck out. 2 strategists. He's really good against certain cards, especially Leviathan Dragons and some other stuff. He also sets up for a pretty cool Exceed play that just helps me spam the hell out of my graveyard. So, love them. Then I play 2 Watchdog, 2 Hopeye. Hopeye is basically the same reason people run Jane and Lightsworns. T-King is a bitch, and nobody likes him. Especially at first I was testing it with Hopeye at 1 and no Hopeye, and I just realized that if nothing else, he's gonna draw the back rows out, and if he's a 21 beater, 21 beater. Oftentimes people are just scared in activating back row, because I also set a lot of back row in this deck. Then 3 Cyber Dragons. Yeah, 3 Cyber Dragons. I didn't like 2, wasn't enough. I didn't like 1, didn't get to it enough. I don't play Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon even in my sideboard. So these are strictly for Synchro or T-King beating purposes. I'm not afraid of the Chimera Tech play. I'm not afraid of the system down play. They really don't bother me a whole lot. So 3 Cyber Dragons has always worked for me. I never draw them together. I played 3 Genix Neutrons, and I'm going to tell you why 3. Okay, because we get into this discussion all the time. they go, you summon Neutron, people are just gonna Vela, he's an 1800 beater still, but you don't get your search, so he's dead. Why don't you run things that, you know, just the Gear engine and get it over with so you can get your stuff? Well, for one, I kind of like when they burn Veilers on this guy, because they burn Veiler, you still have an 18 beater, and it also is a pretty decent play with this guy, Birdman. So you normal summon Neutron, declare the effect, your opponent Veilers. That's one hand trap gone. So you bounce back to hand for Birdman. Birdman's there, and you'll see the combo with him and one Gores. Gores wins games, period. Spells, not really anything to explain. 3 MST for the standard. Book of Moon, which I may take out and put Pot of Average back in. Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Limiter Removal because it's the OTK. I like my personal tech. The last 4 spells are actually tech cards. I play 2 Karakuri Cache because, like I said, it's a heavier deck, but it's also situations where you're constantly looking for tuners. So rather than having a soft setting play, looking for your stuff with Gear Gears, you just pop these off with a Kimono Chick, or pop these off with a Ninja or a Hopeye, and you get your searches. It's a really good strategy with strategists. You normal summon strategists, you hunt cache on strategists, you hunt Kimono. Now you thin your deck out a little bit, gets you into your back row really quickly, and sets you up for really good OTK plays. And 2 Instant Fusions. Instant Fusion is a card I've been playing in Karakuris for a long time. And people say what they want to because it exceeds and you need the room in your extra deck. Well, I don't really care about that, because normally when I'm playing an Instant Fusion, I'm popping 3 Barretos on the field. There's a reason why I don't care about Max C. There's another reason in the deck why I don't care about Veilers, and you'll see that in my trap lineup. So it gets off combos. Then we get to the traps. 2 Compulse, because you gotta have them for wind-up matchups or whatever. 1 Mirror Force. Since my Mirror Force pretty busted, I'm gonna have to replace it. But 1 Mirror Force is fine. I don't really like 2. My tech card of my lifetime has been 3 Threatening Roar. I played this card in everything, especially at the regionals when I was playing Chaos Dragons. People weren't expecting the card. They weren't expecting it. It got me. I went X2 at that regionals and got top 4, but top 4 didn't really matter. I got top 8, and then my opponent just scooped because he didn't care about the deck box. So I got top 4, but didn't matter. I got my invite. So 2 Bottomless. I like Bottomless. It's okay, especially for the Inzektor matchups and things like that, especially against Macro Rabbit. Because if they have Lance, they're not gonna want to burn 2 Lance to save 2 Sabersaurs or 2 Calbazols. They're gonna wanna just let that go and hope the Leviair play can bring them on to something else. So I like Bottomless. 2 Prison, because I like 2 Prison. It gets over annoying things. I hadn't had the chance to play a complete Mermail deck yet. But on DN, when I test it, it's gonna be a video about my feelings about DN too. But when I test it, it always goes pretty well. I usually side out some things like D prisons and things like that, because you want to have your chainable traps. You want to have your chainable traps in for them, as well as things like Torrential to get rid of the Megalo or the Water Elemental Lord guy. And now we're starting to get into my tech cards. 2 traps done, because again, it's Karakuri OTK. Trap stun works to my advantage 90% of the time. My opponent goes second, and I set trap stun, another back row to follow it. They set a bunch of back row and pass turn. I draw, I trap stun. I have nothing on board at this point. They do nothing. I just go instant fusion, whatever. I go ham in the paint. Summon my Robocops and go off. one Starlight Road because you slap a lot of monsters or a lot of back row on the field. Starlight Road is good. And my tech card that I've been trying recently is Macros Cosmos. And why Macros Cosmos? And people ask this because, you know, you have the ninja who hunts your stuff from grave. But to be honest, once you go off, Macros Cosmos is the perfect card for Karakuri to go off. Think about it. I think of it this way. Karakuri's, I play macro, you set macro. Okay, now that Baylor, that Max C, you know, those things those hand traps, the only thing left that can hurt you are gone. So, you get all your stuff off. And with macro on the field, you know, with Starlight Road especially, because people are going to want Torrential and Mirror Force, you get all your stuff off, you win the game. It's a no-brainer. Like I said, that's the reason why I'm not worried about Insectors and other things. My extra deck is pretty standard, actually. I'm playing one Gear Gear X, just to hunt my tuners. Again, it's OTK. Solar the Silver Mountain, which is a busted card in here. You spam the hell out of Barretos and Berets by killing monsters, and you can freeze back row. Which again, the deck's trying to freeze back row so you can beat people down. One Big Eye, because he snatches shit. I snatched BLS and all kinds of things. Especially in game 2, Big Eye and this guy, Sun God, are essential because people are going into their Chimera Tech or the system down. I succeed, I don't have to worry about it. My Berets and Barretos are safe, and you aren't. 2 Cyber Dinosaur or Cybersaurus for the targets for instant fusion. 1 Natty Beast because you gotta have it, and I play 3 Beret, not 2, because he's a beast. No monster. There are very few monsters that can just withstand them with 3 Barretos, which is a draw engine, so the deck's gonna speed through its stuff. 1 Stardust and 1 Scrap Dragon. That's the deck. My side deck, I'm not gonna show because I'm still working on it. There's gonna be more videos coming soon. Actually, my next video is gonna be a DN discussion. I don't have a tripod, so you're gonna see my voice. You're gonna hear my voice for a while until I can get a new camera. But yeah, just rate, comment, subscribe. You know, tell me what you think about the deck. It is 50 cards, so if you're gonna bag on 50 cards, all I can say is build it yourself, play it. If you don't like it, you see things that can be better, let me know. Peace out, YouTube.